Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, depending on your location and where you're joining us from today. You are highly welcome to Leftto TV, your one and only YouTube platform that gives you quality news, quality information, and all the issues happening and trending in Biafran territory. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification because definitely we will notify you whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, let us go straight up to this one because I made reference to a particular guy yesterday on my other channel, the second channel, which is Exposed News TV, that was among I think he's a DOS member or an IPOB member. He claims to be an IPOB member and a supporter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but I actually doubt that because if you are a true supporter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you will not have any problem with Simon Èkpá and Joko and his pattern. What Simon Èkpá is doing is the same strategy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is using, but the only difference is that Simon Èkpá refined it better because he's a younger generation. So that is why. So basically, I still don't understand why an ardent supporter or a strong supporter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will have an issue with the leadership of Simon Èkpá Njoku. For me, it is a no-brainer. Yeah. So he has actually been criticizing Simon Èkpá, this particular guy. I don't want to mention his name. I was told to just let it slide till the issue will be revisited. But you can check the video on Exposed News TV. You will know his name, and most of you definitely know him, and most of you won't even take him seriously. He was like the major critic of Simon Èkpá, and I could remember, because I was always going through his S handle. He was always calling out Simon Èkpá, and calling him out based on the insecurities happening in southeastern part of the country. The man in question now have started blaming the Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army. This was a man who was the funniest thing is that he was even defending the Zoo army. Each time that the Biafran Liberation Army goes on a successful trip or a successful task, rather mission, in securing a particular area in Biafra land, this man will come out and castigates Simon Èkpá, calling him out, saying that he is the person that is causing the insecurity in the southeast. But the sweetest part is he, at least, thank God, most times God does things in a way just to shame people. Now that there is no Simon Èkpá for now, he doesn't have who to blame anymore. He is beginning to see the real terrorists, and he has come out severally to call out the Nigerian Zoo army of committing all the heinous atrocities that he was blaming Simon Èkpá Njoku for. This is what you get from people, who use hate to judge people. They make their decision based on hate. They don't like you because you're not working with their system. They feel you should work with their system. They feel you should do things they want you to do. They feel you should do it the way they want you to do it. And for me, that is the highest level of hypocrisy. What makes a true leader is the fact that he does things the right way, irrespective of whoever he is stepping on. Go and check Traore of Burkina Faso, yeah? The young military president of Burkina Faso. He does things not to please anybody because he is not under anybody. He doesn't have a godfather. He doesn't have anybody he is directly under. He does things the right way. That is what makes great leaders, decision making. And that is why you can see that even some of our people who claim that they are in the struggle are enemy of Simon Èkpá. Because Simon Èkpá does not care who you are. He takes his decision based on what he's fighting for and what he believes in, irrespective of who you are. Irrespective of who you are. I'm emphasizing on that. I'm preparing your minds, most of you, because in few days to come, I'll keep on saying this. You'll be seeing Simon Èkpá Njoko. Enjoy this one.
President Dr. Julius Nye, we really appreciate you. I spoke with you early today. I have some good encouraging words from you as well. The cause, what we already embarked on, we are not going back. And this journey is a journey that has started from the time of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So we have come a long way, and of which both sister countries, we do cancel each other and, rub minds together, get advice and strategy of how we defeat our common enemy. Both the zoo country called Cameroon, they are terrorist country as well. They are a common enemy with the Nigerian terrorist country. So, and we have, just as I said, we have come a long way. This bond and this union will be unbreakable. Just like when we visit Donald J. Trump, our president inauguration, which both countries, both the Eritrea president and the Ambazonian, we are, able to secure our spot to be in the inauguration, which by the special help of our lobby, Moral Global Strategies, are able to make that happen. And of which Elias have been working real hard. And one thing people don't really realize or know about is that the ticket is a congressional, you can only get it from the congressional office. So as that ticket is not online, you can buy it. You have to be invited. So it's not like the post-inauguration ticket that you can get online if you want to be part of the party or part of the celebration. But the ticket that we are opportune to get, even the zoo country called Nigeria, they are not invited. The zoo Cameroon are not invited. So that tells you that we are in good hand and we are working hard to defeat our common enemy, because the fight that we are fighting is a just cause. We are fighting to liberate and free our people. We deserve to be free. We deserve to live as people. Our quote from Dr. Ayoba himself, where he said freedom is not given, is taken. So that is exactly what we are doing. We are taking our freedom. If the world refuses to give us or cooperate, we will take it. But we ask for their assistance and their cooperation. So we are not putting out fight there. We're just asking peacefully, because we are both a peaceful nation. And we believe that they will turn around and support us. You are welcome to this town hall meeting with the Biafran people today. It's a pleasure for the Vice President of the Ambazonia to be here, and the Ambazonia Governing Council to be here as well. And of course, soon the instructor of the American Cyber Squad, RACS, right, here to be here. And here come our good friend again from the Eritrean. We have done a lot together. He's been in the Baltimore office here. That's the head office of the Biafra Republic government. He's been here several times, and we have the opportunity to also. He made it. We have the opportunity to see him in Finland as well during our declaration, and he actually spoke and encouraged the Biafran people, the need of the Biafran people to be free, and also in Eritrea need to be free from the oppressor regime that they are. So we live in a democratic world whereby we want all of us to be more civilized and practice democracy. And during our declaration in native Finland, we also have the ambassador delegate, Heavy, I believe if I pronounce the name. So he actually made my job easy for me that very day, because he spoke very well. You are all welcome to the Biafran town hall meeting which is hosted in US today through the Zoom. And I'm so delighted, and my fellow Biafrans, to welcome all of you, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister. They will all be happy for this very occasion. Thank you, and we invite the Vice President, Julius Nye, talk to the Biafran people and the Ambazonia people, likewise our sister country, Eritrea. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Acting PM. It is a pleasure for me to attend the first town hall of the Biafran people. I also wish to salute the members of cabinet of the Biafran government in exile. I also wish to sincerely thank all the Biafran people here today, and those that could not make it, those in the diaspora and those in Biafra land who have stood firm to assert their right to determine their own political, social, economic, and cultural way of life. The alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia did not start today. Biafrans and Ambazonians are one people, united by geography, by culture, and now by aspirations to be free from the different terrorist zoo and jungle governments, both in Cameroon and in Nigeria. Fellow Biafrans, the adage goes, a liberation is not a walk in the park. So if there is any one of you out there in here in this town hall today who thinks that your freedom will be given to you on a platter, you have not yet started. You will have to fight. And fight, I mean, you would not only fight the zoo government in Nigeria, as we are fighting the jungle government in Cameroon, you also fight your own brothers and sisters who have been recruited by the enemy to make sure that you don't reach your destination. You also fight your own brothers and sisters, we have done that in Ambazonia, who for personal interests would not want to follow the aspiration of the Biafran people. When you come across these challenges, bear in mind that they are learning curves. In every quest for freedom, the nationalists and those who pursue freedom against those who don't want freedom, who want continuous colonization, is in the ratio of 1 to 5. It therefore means that it's only about 1% or less that would stand with you to the finish line. For the Ambazonian people, we have seen actors come and go. We have seen movements rise and fall. It is all part of the process. But if the Biafran people, you are fighting for the flag, under the flag, with the flag, and with the people, you will remain standing. If you are fighting not to enable Nigeria government to continuously rule Biafra with impunity, if you are fighting not for your own self-interest, if you are fighting not because you think Biafra will be free tomorrow morning, then this is the revolution for you. We have seen it all. Why Nigeria is scared is not because we are in the diaspora or the people on the ground are agitating. Nigeria and Cameroon are scared because we have picked up arms, and we are unapologetic to that. It is our self-right to defend ourselves when we are faced with oppression. It is a universal right to pick up arms to defend yourself if the responsibility to protect by the international community is not invoked. It is your right to exist in freedom, to have dignity as a people. And so let nobody, let no one tell you that you cannot fight. They can incarcerate Nnamdi Kanu. They can incarcerate PM Simon Èkpá. They can incarcerate Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. They can incarcerate me tomorrow. But the spirit of freedom is ingrained in our people. So many PM Simon Èkpá will rise. So many Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba will rise onto the finish line. And as the acting PM has said, we have crossed the ribbon. There is no turning back. All they need from you is to stand firm and know that there are going to be challenges. There are going to be infiltrators, even within your own government and within your own movement. But do not budge. Fight for the flag, fight with the flag, fight with the people, and for the people of Biafra. That is what has made us to stand the test of time. Let me take you to memory lane. In 2017, 2018, up to 2020, the Ambazonian Governing Council was not the most popular and not even the most liked. But today, our people depend on us because we stood for the people, we stood for the ideas, we knew what we were in for, we had the strategies. And we knew that in order to fight a colonialist, you fight them method for method, ideal for ideal, communication for communication, diplomacy for diplomacy. And today we can see that the stars are well aligned, whereby there is a new government in the United States, whereby our people are both energized and our resolve to be free is unwavering. So I call on all of you to do whatever it takes. Take out your last dime. Support the boys and girls championing your resistance on the ground. Make sure that the enemy knows your resolve and that nothing else will suffice. Because for us, Ambazonia, we will fight to the last man standing. For us, Ambazonia is either we are free or we all die. There is no way Cameroon will ever rule Ambazonia again with one Ambazonian alive. They will do with no Ambazonian alive. That is where we are. It doesn't matter whether they bring in the Chadians. They brought them in, we humbled them. In the battlefield, the Chadians ran. They brought in the French, we humbled them. Cameroon knew they were going to beat us in 2 weeks. We are talking 8 years. And in a fight where David is unable to be beaten by Goliath, it therefore means David is winning. And I can assure you, we are winning. I can assure you, with the Biafran resistance in the area of Bakassi, Cameroon is also feeling the pinch. I can assure you, with your support in terms of propagating our cause, the human rights abuses of Cameroon and Nigeria, we are winning. Victory is never easy. You have to fight your way. And fight shall Ambazonia, fight shall Biafra till freedom comes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
When they think,
You're welcome.
after holding Dr. Chu Ayuba, that will be it. We prove them wrong. When the Nigerian terrorist state think after kidnapping our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, we also prove them wrong. This fight, we all fight together, and at the end, victory will be us. Let me also welcome our president, our good friend, Mr. Bandura, President Bandurai, President of Eritrea government in Eza. Thank you. Honorable Son. Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to get myself unmute. Primarily, I want to give my warm salute to all of you. Yes, the newly acquired friends of Ambazonian. And I was very proud to work with the Republic of Biafra government in exile. I think I got me good friends. At the initial moment when we heard of the Ambazonian, of the Biafran actually, people thought all the Biafran case was all said and done. A lot of them were not following as it is needed. Some of the work we're doing today, maybe we should have done it 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago. However, better late than never. Some of the type of fight we were doing in Eritrea, we have a lot of experience. We fought for 31 years to be free, liberated from Ethiopia. Unfortunately, the people has been betrayed by the leader we trusted, meaning he kind of oppressed the people for the following 34 years. Our name, the nickname we've been given is the North Korea of Africa. And you know what does it mean? For all these years, Eritrea did not have any election. We didn't have any constitution, and gross violation of human rights that is happening in there. After 31 years fight, and we still are fighting for 34 years to eliminate this person that is oppressing the people. From the small population that we are in, majority people running away everywhere, through every corner. All of our youth, they couldn't work, they couldn't go to school, they couldn't create family. So the best deal they have is just flee the nation and go elsewhere. When we have all the means, when we have all the resources, we are not poor. We should have been done a lot better, but we just kept going down and down, and almost the Stone Age, where people are living in the dark. They don't have medication, they don't have enough education, they don't have, I mean, for God's sake, the only one university we had, he shut it down. We had 100 factories. They're all gone. The only thing we have left is the beer company. You know what that means. So this is what we've been going. So as we met with the Biafran, I think we said, yeah, I was very interested to know more about them. At this right moment, even the Eritreans are very interested in knowing further about the Biafran history. And now we're going to add the Ambazonian history in that sense. By becoming together, we all kind of buy a little sense. By coming together, we all can have a story which is bigger. We all now became even to work in the same office, which that means a lot. Our cooperation, our exchanging idea, our giving each other an advice, or even share from our experience, I think a lot can be done. This collaboration between the Biafran and the Amazonian, I think it's a winning type, because I do follow how much things are happening on the ground. This is not the 1967-70. This is completely different. What they used to do, blockade, what have you, at this right moment, with the existence of the Amazonians, a lot of things is happening. I even heard and read a lot where they are even infiltrating, getting in inside the Nigerian, and I know what kind of job is getting done. So by being together, I think this is our time. I always said, this is our time for Eritrea. This is the time for the Biafran Republic. This is the time for Amazonians. And other things that I need to tell you, where we said we should have been done 20 years ago. At this right moment, we feel proud. We have a lot of friends inside the US government. We started early on. We kind of shook up the government because he's paranoia of the United States. I've been in many meetings where the Congress people were very interested to hear the story of Biafra. They were very familiar and they want to hear more. They want to learn more. So they became very interested. You have a good friends like Dr. Ruben. You have a good friend like Tibor Nagy, which is, I always have a good communication with him. And he talks a lot about. And we have some friends that are coming in that desk, what we call African desk. So we got friends, we just wisely, not to the point that we become nuisance to them. They know about our story. The only thing they knew, we have to come with our own plans, what sort of program we want to get done, and we have to be flat upfront, where we have to tell them what we want to get done. With this Trump administration, a lot of things can come up, even not, some new nations may exist. I really truly believe some of those stories I hear in practice, Somaliland, for instance, when it's separate from Somalia, it's about 31 years. But they've been handling their business pretty good when the other center of Somalia was having a lot of problems. Therefore, even up to this last election they had, it was a democratic election. So the whole world is impressed. Many countries went to visit. And now at this right moment, they are really thinking to recognize Somaliland, which means we're going to have another new nation of Africa. Africa can afford for so many, especially if I give you the example of Biafran Republic, you're talking 80 million people. For God's sake, you can force them to be in a forced marriage. There is no way. There is no happiness. There is no long-term solution for this. The best way is they need to get their divorce. They have to be divorced. And I know the history also, the more I got interested, Amazonians. Yes, the same cause goes up to the point how we became together and how we became betrayed. Therefore, I think if we all need to live, we don't have any ill thinking for Nigeria. We don't have any ill thinking for the rest, but we want peaceful change. If they don't want the military act, I think let's discuss in a round table. Let's have pens to sign. Let them to be free. And this is how it needs to get done. At this moment, the same way they used to call us. When we fought them, they gave us a name, we are terrorists, what else? But to us, I always say we were freedom fighters. Because of that, even today, they're going to call Amazonians and the Republic of Biafra are terrorists. As far as I'm concerned, they are not terrorists. They are freedom fighters. Because of that, I think it doesn't matter what they say. What we have to do. Some of these leaders, for God's sake, they don't have in their vocabulary the word peace, the word negotiation. Therefore, if it takes to carry arms, we don't have any choice but to carry arms. Therefore, this newly found friendship, this newly found cooperation among ourselves, I think we can only make it bigger, and our story should be told everywhere. And I'm very thankful for this chance, and I'm glad I made it to be part of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are the Biafra Republic government in Ezra and its cabinet. We are really pleased with all you're doing and for you to make it as well to Lahti, Finland. Thank you. We appreciate you. We are all in this together. Yeah, I remember early this month when we visit Washington, D.C., and we met with some Congress and senators. It was amazing. So our message is penetrating. And with the help of our lobbyists, we appreciate them. They are doing a good job. Vice President Julius, I know you have some members of your cabinet here and believe they might want to be part of this great occasion. So with your permission, I can see they are ready to explode, to send a loud message of freedom, a word of hope and encouragement, because with this we will all get to the finish line to encourage one another and for us to be having something like this more often, because our people, both the Biafran people, the Ambazonia and the Eritrea, they need to see this union getting stronger and stronger, and for us to be working together as well. So should I go ahead and call on the cabinet with you, your entourage?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. HHS, can you please go ahead and talk to Biafra and Ambazonia and Eritrea people? Thank you.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
My vice president has already spoken, but since we are here, I cannot go without saying at least a word. And what I want to tell the people of Biafra, first of all, all protocol duly respected. Mr. President of Eritrean government in exile, and the APM of Biafra, it was nice meeting you guys in Washington, D.C. at the inaugural of President Trump. We had very good exchanges. That was wonderful. We had the Arise TV come to interview us, but they had to run away. Who's ever seen where a journalist runs away from interviewing people? So we made them run away. So anyways, the history between Ambazonia and Biafra is inextricably linked. The zoo in Nigeria and the jungle people in La Republique of Cameroon, they have a history of oppression. And what I want to advise the people of Biafra is do not turn back. The world knows the name Nigeria because of Biafra. If there were no Biafra, the word Nigeria will not be known anywhere. Whether we are talking about the football team or we're talking about the in Hollywood, it is the presence of Biafra, the talents of the Biafran people that has catapulted that country to very great heights. So you cannot let Fulani herdsmen, lord it over really great minds like you. Like the president, the president in exile for Eritrea said, you are 8 million people. That is enormous. That is extremely huge. And you are a very great potential in the entire Gulf of Guinea. My journey to the United States has been incredible. I was a refugee in Biafra land. La République du Cameroon chased us when we stood fighting for freedom, and we were welcomed, very open hands, by families in Enugu and Calabar and many other places in Biafra land. And when I told them my story, they also, talked to us about when, Nigeria was persecuting them, and then they were running into Southern Cameroons at the time, and then our parents, great-grandparents gave them, welcome them and stuff like that. So they said they would reciprocate. So we are one people. Each time I talk to people and I give my name Akosin, they say that looks like a Nigerian name or a Biafra name. When I call Akotar, they say that looks like a Biafra name. So we are one people. Our destiny is inextricably linked. We continue to fight together until we reach the promised land.
Yes.
Biafra, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kota. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
Thank you.
we also have the name is not our. You didn't update the name. You have it as fundraiser.
The Secretary General of the Ambazonian Governing Council.
All right, Secretary General, can you go ahead and talk to the Biafran people and the Ambazonian, also the Eritrea? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. APM. All protocols duly observed. Mr. President of the Eritrean government in exile. Much respect, sir. The Vice President of the Ambazonian Governing Council, fellow Biafrans and fellow Ambazonians and Eritreans who have joined this town hall. It is a great honor for me to speak to these honorable people in here, because it takes someone with a mighty heart to be able to engage in a journey that is so difficult, and also a journey which has a lot of obstacles that are even known before you set out. And all of us who are engaged in fighting for the liberation and freedom for our people understand the difficulty, and we have decided that the journey that our people have lived through up to this moment must be finished by all, and that the freedom of our people must be achieved in our lifetime. And I believe that the Biafran people, the Eritrean people, and the Ambazonian people understand that if we don't fight this fight today, we will live to fight it another day. We have witnessed in the last week the inauguration of President Trump, and all of us were invited, the Ambazonians, the Biafrans, and the Eritreans were invited to take part. The Americans, to arrive where they are, had a very difficult journey also. They were colonized by the British, and in the days of fighting for their own freedom, in the days of independence, everything was not smooth. There were those who worked with the royal family in Britain, who fought against their own people in order to stop the Americans from getting their independence from Britain. And that is just the path that every liberation takes in order to be able to arrive at the point of destination that we have chosen. Our common destiny is that we have decided that we will finish the fight, and the fight we will finish for our people. We will not pass on this fight to our children, because that will be like handing a brand and burning fire to your son or to your daughter to carry to the next a point of contact. And by the time the child arrives, the point of contact, the hands will be burned. So we will be the ones to do this job. The Biafran people have been through a very difficult history, like each and every one of us.